What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today was actually the first good day of the year with decent weather we had. It's about 70 degrees out. What better way to start the day than throwing some meat on the smoker and getting to some well-needed body work that had to get done on the E46. So I'm going to show you guys today how I went from this to this. Okay, so what I did was I basically just took it down until there was no more rust, and it's not that much pushed in. It's only like a couple millimeters, so I'm not even gonna bother doing any metal work. I'm gonna lay some fiberglass down to give it its shape, and then probably gonna settle at that because I'm not gonna do the work in the garage since the Legacy's in the garage. I want to try to get as much as I can while the sun's up, or else the temperature will start dropping. So let's get to it. Throw down enough so I don't have to throw on a second layer, and I could just throw on body filler on top. Okay, so the panel's all wiped down. I didn't have to show you guys that. Basically just cleaning it up. Oh, it's a little wet, so mix this up a little bit. Hasn't been used in a while, so I'll mix that up a little bit. Open it up. All right. Mix this up again. It's quite a bit I put on there, but I'll work fast. I'll work fast. Same thing, you do this off a color. You'll know if it's too green, you don't have enough hardener. Too brown, you got too much hardener, and you're going to be drying up on yourself. Your work time is probably 15 minutes depending on the temperature. So it's all pretty uniform right now, so this is pretty good. More than enough that I need. Go ahead. You guys know I always got something whipping up on the smoker. Let me show you guys what I got going on right now. Got some short ribs going on. I got a Polish kielbasa smoked up. These are smoked up for about an hour. They're just about ready to come off. Alright, since my mouth is watering, I'm about to pull these out. Go get some grub in my stomach. As you can see, the sun's setting. I'm about to pull the Subi out of the garage and swap it out with the E46 so I can have the E46 in here, and if it gets cold I can start running some heat. But I would really like to get the body work on that quarter panel pretty much situated before I go and drive it. I just don't want that quarter panel getting contaminated. It's not that pretty right now, but I'll shape it up and then get it ground down, get it close enough. If I have to add a little bit more fiberglass, I'll add some fiberglass. But yeah, that sound right there means my food is ready to get pulled out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and you'll see the Subi pulled out, swapped out with the E46 when I come back. just made it. Sun is about to set soon. Got the E46 in the garage. Soupy's gonna stay outside for a bit. And if I need to, I could run heat now. Alright, so the E46 is all situated in the garage now. It's on the jack. I decided to put it on the quick jack because it gives me a lot more wheel access, so I don't have to take the wheel off. If I need to, I could take the wheel off. Yeah, having it on the quick jack allows me to be able to sit on my stool rather than kneeling on the ground. Now I'm actually in a lot better position with my work area. And actually gives me a lot more clearance in the wheel well, where I could sand in here. Oh crap, there's a dent right here. I don't know if I'm gonna fix that or not, because I don't really want to blend into the door. Again, this car is my daily, so I don't even know if I'm gonna partial this or what. I was thinking about even just putting fender flares on it, but who knows. Other than that, the reason why there's actually damage to this quarter panel was last winter I actually locked up exiting the highway on some black ice, and the left front wheel actually cracked, and I bent some suspension. I was able to fix it, took it on the alignment rack, and from my body shop experience, I realized that I actually had a bent knuckle. So I went ahead and bought a knuckle online, swapped that out, did an alignment, came out pretty straight, just had to do some toe adjustments, a little bit of camber adjustments. So what happened was I was turning right, I hit the left front corner into the curb. The left front corner popped the curb, and I guess there was a street sign, and the pole scraped up against the quarter panel right here and caught on the rear bumper and just ripped the bumper off halfway. And when it got ripped off halfway, this side still stayed on, and it actually ripped a hole in the bumper, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and fix that. Like I said, I'm not gonna go crazy, I just want to make it look decent. I'm not going for a show car quality off of this because this is my daily. As you can see, the trunk is starting to fade. I don't know if I want to redo like all the panels or what, you know. If you guys followed my previous vlog, I was talking about the updates that I've done to my garage, how I hooked up a sub panel, and I'm running a 240 volt to my compressor. I'm running a 240 volt to my my welder. I'm still messing around with the airlines. They're not in their final home yet. I just got a regulator in the mail today. I just have a temporary setup right now. It's not great, but it works. I was noticing I was having a lot of moisture at my DA sander, so I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my air dryer and my air regulator right now. Yeah, there's moisture in there. Guys in on a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm taking the old 1/4-inch fittings out. I'm gonna throw new 3/8 fittings in. So this is my and moisture separator, and it has my my dryer over here with my desiccant beads in it. It's your inlet, and here's your outlet. It's my regulator. This is not a paid sponsorship by any means. I paid for everything here out of my own pocket with my own money. You guys want links to this? I'll put the links below. So if you guys are interested in getting these for your own setup. Yep, this is my gauge. Nice little clear gauge right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get some push to connect 3/8 fittings to go on here and here. Here we go. Throw some Teflon on these because their coating is very thin, as you can see. It's very thin on the threads, and you're definitely going to get a leak out of this. My first one I applied, it actually leaked, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my own Teflon to this. Basically my setup. I have my regulator, air filter and water separator, dryer, going out to a 90 into my line block. I have my quick disconnect connect too. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some air in there, switch open the valve. There we go. I now have shop air.
call your boss and ask for that promotion.
Alright guys, so it's the morning now. We're working late on finishing up this repair on this partial quarter panel. This was my first time doing a partial spot repair. I was rushed, out on a whim. Had nothing to do today. I'm like, oh, I might as well just get the rust. The rust was kind of bothering me on the quarter panel, so I was like, you know what? I should take care of it now. Since we were having a nice day, it was like 78 yesterday. It was pretty warm at night, so it was good for even spraying at night. So it was my first time blending clear, blending fresh clear into old clear, using a blender, and came out really good. I'm actually pretty surprised. I learned not to spray too much blender on wet clear because it dissolves paint, and I got some runs out of it, but nothing that can't get wet sanded and buffed out. But other than that, it looks really good. I'm really surprised at the bodywork because I did it really fast and I didn't even want it to be perfect, but it actually looks really good. I probably sprayed color up to about here, and clear coat was about a little bit above this body line, and about here is where I ended the clear, and you can see the blender is kind of dry right here. That's where I painted. That's fresh paint, original paint, and that's the blender where it's kind of foggy. This will buff out and shine up, make it look more uniform. You can still see where I hit it with the Trizac up here. And I didn't put enough blender up there, but that's fine because this will buff out. And I sprayed the blender probably from like up here, blending it down to here, which was kind of a bad idea because this section was wet, which caused this run. But look how amazing it is. There's no orange peel almost up here. And up down here is pretty good too. Like, there's not that much buffing that needs to get done here. Maybe just slight wet sand and a quick polish, but definitely got to sand out this run. But look how amazing that came out. That is glass. But that is because of the blending agent. But you can see a tiny bit of peel here, but this is actually still very acceptable, that peel. And then you can see I cut off my clear about here, and this is the blender right around here. That's why it's a little dry there, and this is the original paint right here. And the blend down here, not bad at all. I probably stopped spraying clear around here, and this is the all blending agent down here. And this is original paint. Some rust spots, but not bad for a first time. Actually, it's gonna come out really well after it's wet sanded and buffed. But I'm gonna let this paint cure for at least a couple days because I don't have a paint booth, so I can't get to it right away. Even if I still have a paint booth, going back to my body shop days, a car fresh out of a bake cycle, you still even let it sit for an hour. The paint can still be soft underneath. Just gotta be careful. Run your buffer at a lower speed and pay attention. Don't make sure you don't get your panel hot, or else that paint will start rolling on you. But that's why I like to let it sit for a couple days, even let it go a week, because the longer you let that paint cure up, the better you are at wet sanding it. Because yeah, I'm just touching this right now, it's still a little soft at the run, and I bet if I took my nail in it, yep, I could probably dig in there. Again, this is my daily. It is my beater, and I just wanted to fix that rust because it's been a little bit over a year after that accident, and that's pretty much the worst of it. The rear bumper I'll take care of another time if I have some spare time. If I do the rear bumper, I might as well do the front, because the front has some clear coat underneath the headlights that's fading. The worst part of this vehicle is the roof. Maybe I'll just panel paint this car whenever I have spare time. Let's get to unmasking this car, and I could probably drive it around today.
Three weeks later.
So now what I'm doing is I'm knocking down the run. This is probably about 2 weeks after the initial spray. The run used to be along here. As you can see, it's all gone. Now time to hit this with some cutting compound. I'm gonna start off on the area where I trizacked, and then I'll go ahead and do the areas where I did the partial.
Alright, there you guys have it. That's the finished product of the E46's partial repair. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace.